A patient walked into the dental clinic, screaming in pain nonstop. But after a thorough examination, the dentist couldn't find anything wrong. The only suspicious thing was some white shadows around the tooth roots on the patient's x-ray. But the dentist couldn't figure out what the issue was. He sent the patient home to monitor the situation. As the dentist was about to head out for the day, he noticed some tiny bugs floating in the sink where the patient had rinsed his mouth. The dentist quickly grabbed a strainer and was disgusted to find it full of wriggling bugs. He tossed the strainer in the trash, feeling nauseous. Back in his office, the dentist magnified the patient's x-ray for a closer look. He realized the shadows around the tooth roots were actually swarms of bugs. The dentist had never seen anything like it before. He hit the library, poring over numerous resources until finally coming across a description of these bugs in an old book. Turns out they were a parasitic species called toothworms. They lay eggs near human teeth before migrating to organs and the brain. These creatures were first discovered years ago during a biology experiment, then seemingly vanished without a trace. The dentist was feeling pretty freaked out when suddenly the phone rang. The patient was back, apparently in even worse agony than before. The dentist stood outside the exam room, scared. He tapped on the glass, signaling for Nurse Jenny to put on goggles and gloves for extra protection. Double masking and goggling up himself, the dentist's hands shook as he sliced into the patient's gums. He had barely managed to extract a few toothworms when the patient's demeanor shifted dramatically. Sensing the threat, the worms frantically burrowed towards the patient's brain. In a flash, the patient lunged forward, sinking his teeth into the dentist's neck before attacking a terrified Jenny. The dentist bolted out of the operating room, clutching his wound, but it was too late. The toothworms had already invaded his body. Searing pain shot through his teeth and, desperate to survive, the dentist grabbed a drill and plunged it into his own gums. Just then, he spotted Jenny pressed up against the glass door like a zombie, clearly under the worm's control. Moments later, the dentist's eyes began to burn. He raced to the mirror and sure enough, the worms had infiltrated his eyes too. Within minutes, his body started convulsing uncontrollably.